We are live. Welcome to the Mad Chat, everyone. Well, how are we doing? There's got people here already. It's ridiculous. There must be some sort of special star here or something today. We've got Seiko Fu, we got Michael Wilds, we got Greek Watch Collector, got Glyn Reynolds, we got Perry. We got everyone here. Everyone, nice to meet. Nicholas is here. Valera, Scotland is here. Absolute pleasure to have you on board, my friends, my watch family. So today's been a lovely day. It's lockdown 3. I'm going for the old beard look. I'm going to wait until I look like a hobo, but no one's going to be bothered apart from the wife. So I will trim it thusly. Adam White, Ian Maslin, Spoody One, Captain Turbo, Marcus Pietrus, the Happy Wrist channel. Apologies if I don't put your comments up on here because it's going to be ridiculous, isn't it? And also apologies in advance if I don't see your comment. It's not because I don't like you. Well, some of you. No, it's not because I don't like you. It's because it's going so fast and I'm engaged in who I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? So let's build this up a little bit, shall we? Let's build it up. So I fell in the rabbit hole of the watch collecting for about 4 years. It was about 2016, 2017. I was always into watches, as if you've seen my shows, you will know. And I bought my first automatic watch for the collection. But this guy today and his channel is the reason why my collection is what it is. That's a good thing. But yes, and I absolutely love it. He's also the reason why I've never been stung buying used watches. We'll talk about that in a minute because of his channel. Is also the reason why for some weeks I used to say, oh, that is capolavoro, which is, he's laughing in the background, I can see him. You know, so Italian little phrases like that, you know, the wife loved it. I also found out how frequent the NYPD police department like to hurtle down the high streets in the day. So, yes, without further ado, I give you the governor, the one and only TGV from the Urban Gentry. Here he is. Have it.
what an intro, man. Oh man, that was epic, man. Thank you so much.
Well, listen, I wasn't lying, was I? Look he's there, he's right there. Look at him. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here, my friend.
Well, the pleasure's all mine. Pleasure's all mine.
Wow. You're
doing a great job, man. Like,
mate, thank you very much.
Yeah, you really are. I have to say off the bat that I discovered you because you commented regularly. You know, like you really engaged and you really took part. And then I never mentioned you had a channel. And then I was like, I clicked on you out of interest, and then I saw this craziness. I just love your style. You know, you got such a unique...
thank you, man. Thank you. Listen, I'm a fan. I'm not here to promote myself to someone that I admire and respect. You know what I mean? So if someone wants to talk about it, then I'll talk about it. But that's great. I mean, I love your shows. I always have, and the editing has just got better and better with you, and the production, and you're on fire, my friend. It's
I mean, look, if I was half as good as you when I started.
No, but listen, you fell into the whole, you were doing, because the first show I watched of yours was what was it? It was how to make better coffee than Starbucks. That was the first one.
Reach for my coffee.
Listen, and after that, you go Lavazza or you go home. Do you know what I mean?
Very, very nice.
That's what it is, man. You know, and then from that, he's doing watches as well. He likes his coffee and he does his watches.
Yeah.
But my friend, I'm a huge fan. I was attracted to your channel because one, you've got twig wrists. Like the madman. And your tastes were awesome, and you loved blue, and I'm a blue fan, and I got to know Azzurro color. And
God,
do you remember that watch? Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I'm trying so hard not to buy it for the third time. It's ridiculous. What do I need it for? It's just.
Well, listen, your Squale, your collab you did, that's a special watch, and the next Squale I get will be, I think they're doing these 39 subs, like people said.
God, I still have the ones. I've got to send them back actually, and I'm talking to them. They want to do a giveaway, so I'm probably going to do a giveaway for that. So
absolutely, I'm just going to go through some of these guys. I've got some subscribers, T, that
yes.
They're just amazing people, and like Michael Wilde, and you've got Janie, who is engaged.
Just clicked on the. I didn't know there was comments.
Look at this. This is Average Joe. Average Joe Watch Reviews is in Philadelphia. He's a watch reviewer, and he lives.
You did a show with it. I didn't know about him, and then I subscribed to him because I saw he was on your show.
Yeah,
so I really like it.
He's top.
Yeah, he's a nice
guy.
Yeah,
he's top guy,
and a local as well.
Exactly, local. Yeah. Terry Fenner, he loves a Casio. You love him. He loves a Casio, my friend. There's just so many. SoCal Watch Reviews. Miguel, he's a top guy. It's amazing. One thing that I found, T, is that the people that I've met, just amazing people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I had a subscriber, Chris, who lent me a Sinn 104 to review. I mean, he doesn't even know me. He didn't even know me. He sent a Sinn £1,000 watch to me. I got it, was thinking about keeping it, and then I reviewed it. And then, sent it back. But just amazing people around the world just offering help. Yeah, you obviously have had that over the
absolutely.
years.
I mean, it is slightly petrifying when you bought it. I remember one person lent me, this was earlier, an IWC, I think it's engineer. I remember how you pronounce it. Is it engineer or engineer? But anyway, I was absolutely petrified. I even had the money ready in the bank in case anything happened. Because if anything happens, I don't want to, I don't want to ruin this guy's, watch collection. But no, it was fine. But I know what that's like. So people are really trusting. It's great.
It's amazing, absolutely amazing. I think they're so enthusiastic that they're fed up talking to their wives or girlfriends that have no interest whatsoever.
Absolutely.
So, someone likes it. Come on, and
I have to give a shout out to Matthew. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, of course, man.
He's one of my closest friends, and he's in the audience.
Is he on it, Matthew Jackson?
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. Well, it's awesome that he's found the channel. That's wicked. That's good. Another reason, T, why I was attracted to your channel was your love of the Parker Jotter, my friend.
Yes, absolutely. I've got one right here. There you go.
Listen, there isn't a room that I don't have a pad and a Parker Jotter.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Just writing anything, just scribble, absolute scribble. But I love that. And I love the fact that you weren't afraid to say that you were a Trekkie.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I was young, it was always seen as a bit kind of, a bit nerdy, a bit kind of like.
Well, yeah. I mean, my mum, she was heavy into it. She was deep into it. The Next Generation. It was Jean-Luc Picard, and I absolutely loved it. Looking back on the films, I'm a Shatner fan. I absolutely love Shatner. Yeah. So much so that I had to get a.
Oh, look at that.
A replica communicator, my friend.
Oh my!
Look at this.
No.
I mean, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at the minute because I've been beating it to death. But Spot comes out of it and talks to you. But this is the level of trekkiness I was, and this is the first time I've come out with it, mate. So I wanted to do it with a Trekkie fan as well.
Nice.
So
nice. DS9 was my thing. I think I did love Next Generation, but DS9 was definitely.
Well, I was attracted obviously to Next Generation because it was an English guy. It was an English fella, and
of course,
and he was very well spoken, But
absolutely,
yeah. So I'm my collection. I said it in the intro. My collection is. I've got this Squale because I think the second or third video I saw of you was the perfect 2-watch Miami vacation.
Oh yeah, collection. And I took the Azzurro, right? I remember.
You took the Azzurro. Oh, there you go. I like it. Yeah, the old Seiko wave.
Yeah. So just get a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, no, that's good. And yeah, you're not as tall anymore. That's fine. That makes me look good. That's fine. Yeah. So I was hooked on that watch from then on, really. And absolutely just.
It's a very.
The blue is amazing.
Absolutely, it's a very easy watch to love. The case, that blue, and I hate to be simplistic about it, but sometimes a color can really just that look of it. It's so Miami actually, and I think it worked. I remember jogging on the beach using the dive time bezel to time my jogging, and it was just. I don't know. I think it was the endorphins and the sun and just the watch, and I was just like, "This is perfect," But yeah, so I remember that and the submariner. I think.
Yeah, you took the sub. You took the subby. It's gone. The subby's gone. No. But the Tudor. You got the Tudor sub, haven't you?
Yeah,
it's beautiful. I know everything about you, mate. Don't you worry about that. I'm like this stalker. I mean, you are that. I mean. You've been amazing on YouTube. Your continual, just keep churning out the content and everything. So much so that after your surgery on I think it was your right lung, you did a video from the hospital bed. I said, listen, I subscribe. Yeah. It obviously means this is YouTube. He loves it. He's for the cause. I mean, how is your body? How is your body, my friend?
I mean, four lung collapses later. I mean, it's just it has its ups and downs. I'm not going to get macabre about it, but it's certainly. Sorry, let me turn this off.
That's all right, mate.
It's given me an appreciation of life. It really has, and there were some very dark moments because when you have major trauma and then you have to recover, and then I spent 6 months building, because you lose a lot of muscle mass, you lose a lot of weight.
Man.
And then you have to build up, and then to have it all over again in succession 4 times, and then the surgeries and all this. It was just, I know I'm not the same. Like I can feel it takes me twice as much. I have to do twice as much exercise. I have to do everything but it's really made me a more happier person. I know this sounds bizarre, but I appreciate everything so much more.
No, I can definitely.
Do you know what I mean? It's
100%. I mean, I haven't had that sort of life experience that you have had, but I can totally see, appreciating taking you out and not. I don't know. What's that? Was that you?
It's the Rough Riders.
Is that Hugo? It sounded like Hugo over there.
It's the motorbikes on Sunday. They parade past.
I love it. Oh, that's cool. No, I'm just saying I completely respect and appreciate that. What different sort of feelings and you would have on that sort of thing, and all power to you, man. And you've come out the other side and you're fit and all good.
Yeah, I've been good for over the last few years now. So. Yeah,
that's cool. That's good, mate. That's good. Don't worry, I know. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Listen, I can't believe I'm doing this to TGV, but get your watch out. Sorry. Right now, listen. So basically, you just got to show us your watch, TGV. Let's do. Oh,
I had to do. I mean,
here we go.
When you do a video and then you put it up and then you're like, oh, I gotta wear that.
Yeah, you kind of get
high on your own supply a little bit, and you just
look at it. So I love that show, my friend. I absolutely loved your intro. It just reminded me of growing up. Oh, the Game Boy, Juicy Fruit. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. That watch.
Sorry, go on.
No, you go. No, you had to stop. I would have kept going for 10 more minutes on that intro.
I wanted to, I could have done just an hour of that with that music, and then just do the whole 80s cool. And just forget the watch.
Absolutely love it.
Just stay in this. But then I was like, no, 30 seconds. Like, right, let's do the video now. So
that's wicked. Absolutely awesome. So that watch came out in 83.
Yes, yeah.
So that's the birth year. You've got.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm looking for a 1980, so I'm a little bit older than you, my friend.
Right.
But I'm looking.
But
you're
like me. You grew up Timmy Mallet and Live and Kicking.
Oh,
and
mate,
all that stuff.
Yeah,
Mask.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, hello. Someone spotted it, haven't they?
Yeah.
Someone spotted mask. Look at that Matt Tracker, my friend.
Oh man, I never had that one. I always I had the missile truck, with the.
Oh yeah, my brother had. That's awesome. That thing.
Yeah.
I absolutely love mask. Mask. In actual fact, I got the whole complete DVD box set from the wife this year.
Really?
So yeah, I got the little 3-year-old daughter into it. She's not that keen. On the other hand, she does love Thundercats. She is well into Thundercats.
Good Thundercats.
She wants to be Lion-O.
Yeah, nice.
But that's fine. But I have
to ask, what's on your other wrist?
Oh well, listen. This is for our little Casio corner we're going to do in a little minute.
Oh, okay,
my friend. But I shall listen. I'll talk about it very soon. But yeah, I am of course wearing the Squale 1521 50 Atmos. I've got it on the mesh bracelet, TGV.
Is that the official one, or is it?
Yes, the official one.
Very nice.
I had first of all, I had this on a vegetable tan strap, and I got this for Christmas. I've been asking for it, and I was a bit worried that it didn't taper from my little wrist. Yeah. But I was also worried it was a bit of a hair puller. But because I haven't started growing hair yet, it's actually quite good. It's actually quite good. No, I absolutely love it. I love this thing. This is a diver now. Look at that.
Yeah,
that is a diver now.
God, I'm going to be on eBay after this again.
That's awesome. Well, yeah. I mean, Ghostbusters, Zoltar from Big. I've got my turtles. What else were you into, my man? What were you into? Come on.
Turtles as well. What was I into? Mask, Thundercats as well. He-Man. I had the He-Man castle.
Yeah. Grayskull. Yeah.
The Micro Machines. I had Mighty Max.
Yeah.
Was it Mighty Max? Yeah, it was Mighty Max.
Mighty Max. Yeah, it was the boy form of. Yeah, it was the boy version of Polly Pocket. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. What else? There was a lot of those DuckTales. Big into DuckTales.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, DuckTales, probably the best theme tune.
Absolutely.
Life is just a hurricane. Duckburg, whatever. Oh yeah, that'll be the next box set I get. I think I absolutely love it.
I'm gonna have to indulge.
Oh mate, yeah. What's a Sunday like for TGV then? What's your normal Sunday? What do you do? I'm curious.
It depends if it depends.
It depends if you're not in a current situation.
Well, typically is a bit. It is. I try to relax a little bit. I'm a bit of a workaholic, and it just depends on what gigs I have going outside of YouTube, and then if I have to edit a video, then I'm doing that. If I'm shooting, but usually it's a little bit more relaxed. I will get up a little bit later. Exercise every day. The wife is teaching me boxing at the moment.
Awesome.
So I've been doing a lot of that. Then it's movies. Movies.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that, TGV, or is she just forcing you?
No, I do. I've always wanted
That's cool.
I thought I'd try it because she did it a couple of years back, and like she went to a proper gym, and it's just it's kind of fun to do it together. So yeah,
that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Well, as I don't know if you're aware, but I'm a tennis coach by day usually.
Yes. Yeah, you mentioned that.
In the current sort of pandemic, we're on lockdown 3, so there's no. All tennis clubs are closed, so there's no tennis at the minute. But had there been open, my wife can't hit a barn door with a beach ball. So she's not really a eye-hand coordinated person. She loves to watch Wimbledon, but she's not really a.
I grew up in Wimbledon.
I know. You said one of your first replies to me. Oh, he's replied. What? He's been to Wimbledon. Oh, he actually he lived there.
Yeah.
Did you used to rent your house out and then bugger off for 2 weeks? Or I know two families that have houses there, and then they I think they had the likes of it was Djokovic 1 week. 1 year.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they tend to stay in the same house every year because it's like something that they want to get.
What's your Sunday like?
My Sunday, TGV. Wow.
Because you got kids, right?
I've got a 3-year-old daughter who sort of pushes the door to at between 7 and 7:30, and it's either Mummy, Daddy, I want to go potty. Proper rock and roll stuff, or two, I want to go downstairs. I'm usually the one that goes downstairs first in the morning, and I turn the old telly on, get the coffee, get the Lavazza going. We went for a nice walk today around a nice lake where we live in southern England, and then I cooked a roastie. Today.
Oh, that is something nice. I do miss a good roast dinner. Yeah. Oh man, I miss toad in the hole especially.
I love a bit toad in the hole. I do love that, matey. That's brilliant. I mean, listen, I could talk to you forever on this sort of stuff, but I'm going to move on because I never want to take up people's too much time. No matter how much they say, no, it's all right, mate. Don't worry about that. So I'm going to move on to subscriber dilemma, my friend.
Oh, okay.
Subscriber dilemma. What I did is I asked my followers on Instagram if there was any questions. It's usually a subscriber dilemma on a watch purchase. Can you help me? But seeing as it was you, they don't want to know about themselves. They just want to ask you a question, my friend. Yes. So let me just ask you this. This is from, let me see, Garth Vader. That is one of the best Instagram names. His name's Garth Vader. I know you'll have loads to talk about, a little bit about the TGV. TGV did the Squale he did the collaboration with Squale on the No Date Sub 39. Such a classic and timeless design. Is there any company that TGV would like to design a watch with? And what would that watch be? Personally, I'd love to know what a TGV, Casio, or Seiko would look like.
Oh man.
Hey?
He kind of answered the question there, but I mean, definitely Casio. You know what? I did for what was it? Let's see on my phone. I did April Fool's joke on the Instagram, on the Urban Gentry one. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Where I designed a watch for Hugo, right? So
yes,
and I did, and it was it was just a joke, but actually I was looking at it, I was like, that's kind of, I wouldn't mind that, and some people actually thought it was real, and
did they?
Like, oh my god, this is coming,
sending the money already.
But the thing pretty much went viral. I don't think I've ever had so much attention, but actually something like that, I mean, his was over the top because it's like, it must be a precious metal, so it's white gold, he can't have steel touching the skin, so he obviously if it was steel and blah blah blah, but I kind of like that, a diver from Seiko, that would be amazing.
That's awesome.
Doing a Casio, I wouldn't mind doing something like a version 2 of this.
Oh yeah,
I'm just in love with this thing.
It's quality. It is quality. I love it. I was saying on the channel, on the shows that I did, that those mounted straps from G-Shocks that pushes the straps out just to make it look even more like I'm wearing my dad's Casio. You know what I mean? With that watch, the straps go straight down, so all you're seeing is the case. And I love that with that. It might be a cheaper thing, and I know it's to do with protection on the G-Shock. But with that 290, it's just that, those straps just go straight down, and it doesn't look as big as you sort of think it might look. Absolutely. It's quality though. I absolutely love it. On Hugo, my friend.
On
Hugo. When did you first think, hang on, I'm onto something here with a bit of Hugo? Hey, when did you think, I shall add him into? Because I know, was it your wife that bought that T-Rex?
Yeah. It started off just as offhand joke because when I can say it on your channel because I know there's a real Hugo who he's based on, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Who's
cool.
a cousin of mine, right? A real,
yeah.
He's not going to watch this. If you are, I apologize. But he calls up every Christmas and he speaks exactly like that. And he's like, "Oh, how are you doing?" So for some reason, I was recording a video and I had the thing on my table and I just picked it up and I started moving it, really crudely with my finger.
Yeah.
And I just did the voice. And I just called him Hugo, and that was it. And then I just went on from there, and he'd pop up, and I'd just do. And then I decided, maybe if I can animate him without, and then it just kind of snowballed.
Do you pull his? You have to pull his mouth down. How do you do it?
I used to do that with trying to hide my hand. Right? But now I have a green screen, so it's just.
I see.
So now he can go into movies and do kind of ridiculous stuff. And
The Shining is awesome. That one, with The Shining, that is brilliant. Absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
I've got a character that came out of lockdown 1 with the family. I was doing arts and crafts and we were making spoon people.
Right.
And,
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
And Cedric Horologikov. He's very, very keen into his timing of watches. And if something can't be timed, then he just wants to spoon it. Right. But Cedric, is like the mascot. And it was something that I wanted to have similar to your show. He's like the mascot, isn't he? Hugo's the mascot. And I wanted Cedric to be part of something that possibly, timing watches possibly can be a bit boring. But I wanted to sort of not sex it up. I wanted to dumb it down a bit by putting him in there. But I'm the...
Sorry.
No, you go ahead, mate. You go ahead.
That's what I appreciate about your channel is that immediately, like you don't take yourself too seriously, because I think a lot of people do, and it's like just enjoy it, and sense of fun and positivity. So I was instantly hooked. So.
Well, I cannot see how someone could do something like you've been doing without enjoying it. And I've done 60 something shows now, and I look back and I go, crikey, I've done 60 shows. I mean, what have you done? You've done 400 or something, 500?
I don't even know. I don't.
I mean, blooming heck. I mean, us small YouTubers, we use something called Tube Buddy, or like something that that tells you how you're doing and what to do on your tags and things. And,
really? Right.
Yeah, and it just shows you what the best.
Interesting.
Well, you don't need to know, do you? You lucky bugger.
I just don't want to. I don't want to look.
No. But no, all it says, you just see the old subscribers ticking up. But it also gives you nice suggestions of tags and
nice.
stuff like that.
Nice.
And it's all good. It's all good. But got to have a mascot on your channel.
Absolutely.
But and I had to talk about Hugo as well. I had to talk about it. I would now like to talk about evening, everyone. By the way, can you see the comments yourself?
Yeah, I can. But I'm trying not to look because I don't want to, be.
No,
rude,
man, no. I'd rather you look than me, because I want my attention more on you. But I appreciate all these guys. 100%. Beer and Watches. Matt from Beer and Watches is here, and Wataki Watches, and you've got Captain Turbo. You got them all there. You got them all. Nathan Fletcher, nice to see you, my friend. I want to talk about James Bond, TGV.
Fair enough.
Because the likes of Average Joe from Philadelphia, it fell flat on its face because he hadn't watched it. He hadn't seen it. Right. No, but listen, I didn't realise that James Bond might not be a thing outside of England.
I mean, it
must be big, but
David Zaritsky, the Bond Experience guy, right?
Yes. I saw that show. Yeah, as well.
I always presumed everyone, just everyone knew about it and was into it. I guess not. But I mean, I think it's
Well,
a very
yeah.
British thing because we remember Bond
That's
at
the thing. Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
You know,
Another thing on your thumbnail, you had Roger. You had Roger Moore
Right.
on your thumbnail.
Yeah,
Got a
yeah.
click. I click on it. It's my yeah. Growing up,
Is
he's
he your
my
Bond then? Yeah.
he's my Bond. He's my Bond. Yeah. And looking back on the films, it's ridiculous at times the fights that he got into.
Oh,
But you know, without with Roger Moore, you had Jaws. Oh,
absolutely. Yeah.
and what a villain he was. And you had Live and Let Die, which is my favorite, possibly one of my favorite Paul McCartney songs of all time.
Oh, yes.
And one of my favorite Bond songs. Oh my God,
I have to say, I think Live and Let Die, and I rewatched it recently with my wife, and I think it's definitely one of my favorites now because I think it was so kind of ahead of its time. I think Roger Moore was, even the way he was dressed, he was just he exuded this kind of British class without being this is one of my favorite words, supercilious, right? Which is like, where you're just like,
let me just get a dictionary on that one.
Where it doesn't come across as arrogant, it just comes across as confident and sophisticated without being patronizing. That's really what supercilious means. But it's him down to a T. And he's in Harlem, and that scene where he goes into that bar with the swing round thing, and he's even though he's completely out of his element, and he's never seemed so British in that bar, right?
Yeah.
But yet he holds his own, and it's like he was great.
I think in that scene he's wearing this brown suit, and it's the 70s, so he's got these set of flares on this suit. And and it's a huge black bow tie, if I remember.
Right, yeah.
But it sets him off. But I just love it was where gadgets. It was all about the gadget.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love gadgets. I just love all sorts of gadgets.
Yeah.
And his films, it was more to see the gadgets. It was a lot to do with watching the gadgets and then watching what the story is. But come on then, my friend, give me your favorite James Bond. Here we go. Who's your favorite?
I am going to have to. I know this is predictable. I'm still going to say Goldfinger, just because I really like the villain. I love the roles. I like you got that classic submariner shot. Sean Connery, in his element. You got Pussy Galore. You got the GMT that she's got on. There's so many components. The gadgets. There's so many things. It's not a perfect film. I love the score. It works.
Is that the one? Is that the one with the chase in the Aston Martin? Is that the one with the chase?
There is an Aston Martin chase, yes, and it's got the Aston Martin.
I think it is. I mean, that's
absolutely.
where I thought. Mum, Dad, that's the car I want. That's got like 8 years of age, and they say, "Yeah, right," But that is a film.
I think Connery is my Bond, even though it wasn't my generation at all. But he exudes a masculine. He's the kind of guy you'd go to the pub with and you'd feel completely safe. Yeah. Whereas Roger Moore, I wouldn't. Yeah. I don't know what would happen.
I definitely see that. I definitely do see that. He's got a bit of roughness as well as a confidence.
Yeah.
Which is where they went with Daniel Craig. They went that sort of way, didn't absolutely. They? To in that sort of way. Where I think Pierce Brosnan is probably the perfect looking James Bond.
Absolutely. He looks like like a Macy's catalog model. Like in a suit. He does these like poses, like he's, when he opens the door. It's incredible.
It was when he was surfing on. It was the Madonna song one. It's just you've taken it too far, Pierce. You're surfing on something, and it's very strange what you're doing.
I'm not a fan of I have to say, GoldenEye was really great. I have a profound connection to that because of the game, because of the watch. I mean, it pushed me to buy my first luxury watch, the Seamaster. I will always, and he's very suave. The way he delivers his lines, it's what I would imagine Bond to do. He's not very threatening. I don't find him threatening. The same way Connery. I wouldn't want to pee off Daniel Craig. I could imagine. I wouldn't. And who else? Oh, there was the Welsh gentleman. Why is my
Timothy
Dalton? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he was great. He was he had this underlying kind of
psychopath.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, that he could just.
I think, and I kind of liked that. He was ruthless and methodical. There was not much humor to him because I think we got so used to Roger with his, his suave kind of.
Yeah, he was the 80s. So. Yeah, it's a sheer absolute class. Yeah. And I, after this chat, I think I might watch a couple of massive scenes with him in it because he's just amazing, absolutely amazing. So we've got best Bond film. What about best Bond watch? Is it going to be the simple Goldfinger Rolex sub, or what's it going to be? See, when I did my favorite all-time watch, it was the 5513 Roger Moore's sub that he in Live and Let Die, he twists, and it's a magnet, and also he presses the crown, and it's a circular saw. That's why I love it. It was, and if ever you're in trouble, locked up in some ropes, a circular saw bezel is a perfect gadget to do. So Q, it's like you knew what was going to happen. But so I picked it because I love that 5513. It was the first Rolex Submariner not to be COSC certified. So it didn't have that high cost certification, but it was cheaper. It was slightly cheaper. So it's a little bit more affordable because of that. It just doesn't have it on the dial, and it's a bit more of a cleaner dial, more of the sort of military sort of the Mills,
right?
Quite similar to the Mills stuff. But,
for me, it's definitely between that and the Seamaster, the first Pierce, got the GoldenEye.
You had one. You had that, didn't you?
Yeah, I've had so many Seamasters. I can't even. I still yearn after it. You never really let go. It's kind of I could make a really inappropriate analogy there, but you kind of still look back and
no, I can definitely see. I can definitely see. I mean, I absolutely love a Speedmaster, and I've seen your shows through the years. How you've had one, you've got rid of one. How you had one, you got rid of one. Got a Schumacher one, got rid of one. And you at the end of the shows, you say, "I'll get one. I'll get another one. Don't worry. I'll get another one." And I love that design. That design of the Speedmaster is very special.
Absolutely.
The professional.
Absolutely.
And I know you've had that as well. You've had the professional.
Yeah,
you've had the reduced.
The reduced 2, the Shumi that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
I can't even. Oh God, I can't remember.
You're a Rolex man, aren't you? You're more Rolex than you are Omega. Yeah,
I would say so. I just think at the end of the day, the designs are a bit more me. I love the history a little bit more. Although they do have a very similar history in terms of military involvement and their relationship to England or Great Britain, I should say. But I love my GMTs and I love my Datejust and my Submariners. Even though I technically, I know I have a Tudor, but I consider it a Rolex at the end of the day. But I'm Seiko. Those are my three. Seiko, I'd say Squale, Seiko, Rolex, but always not really in that order. Seiko 1, then Rolex, then Squale, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
Then Casio, then the other.
Casio, I was going to say Casio. But you dropped a bombshell on us, didn't you, with your no longer your favourite watch?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Listen, I had to sit down and take a couple of deep breaths after you said the Rolex Explorer was no longer your favorite watch.
Look, I love that watch. I'm not.
You don't have to defend yourself, TGV. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I will always have one. I always love it. I wear it a lot. But that Squale, it just. I think with the Lion Shark, I love that watch. We got a lot of things right with it. But the 39mm, that size, that
Yeah,
That
so
age
good.
of Squale that is completely ignored and overlooked.
It's
Because
with the black band
yeah,
case.
yeah, because they made that case for Blank
Yeah,
Pan,
that's amazing.
and
Yeah.
that's a huge achievement. I mean, you remember, if you think back at this stage, the submariners were just getting going. You know, like this was
Yeah, oh,
really
yeah,
the
yeah,
early
yeah.
days,
Yeah.
of diving, I found this footage through Squale. They found an old documentary with Von Buren and his daughter diving and testing
Awesome.
bezels, and just couldn't believe it.
Really?
It's an Italian TV show.
Yeah.
And also, you got the Italian connection.
Yeah.
The dial, it's no date. It's very kind of Explorer-esque, but it still has the bezel that's a kind of understated. It was just, for me, it's the perfection.
Yeah, it's special.
Yeah.
It is very special. I mean, the one thing I'd say on the Squale 1521, I'd like a no date version.
Yeah.
That's I think that's the only thing I would say on this watch for me. Take away the date and shave off a couple of millimeters.
Yeah.
For this 1521, and then you've got a watch that I probably wouldn't take off.
Yeah.
I would be absolutely in awe with this. For forever.
If they could do for 500 meters water resistant with a little bit thinner, I don't know if they can. But
that's true.
It's I mean, it's a ridiculous. And who dives at that unless you're I mean,
I know. I mean, I snorkel. I could snorkel to 2, 3, 4 meters, 5 meters, and then the ears start hurting. So, I mean, 500 meters. It's ridiculous. I mean, you've got to be in a sub. You've got to be in a little small submarine to go down that atmospheric pressure. It's just unbelievable.
It's much. The 39 is much more everyday wearable.
Yeah.
So that age of the 50s, because the 1521 is a little bit more kind of late 60s, 70s. It's quite statuesque. The sub 39 is just, you can wear anything.
Oh yeah.
That's what really took it to the next level for me. So
which is where the likes of Microbrand Laurier, because I found Laurier through you. And I had myself the Gemini. Absolutely love the Gemini. I've got the blue version, obviously, because I'm a blue. I like my blue. And I didn't want to do a panda type stuff, Rolex sub panda looking black and white. But the 39 millimeters, it's just a sweet spot, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
39 millimeters, just so sweet, Yeah,
Lorenzo and Lauren, the team, because it's a husband and wife team. They're great. He is so passionate about his watches, and I actually went to dinner with them. I mean, they offered, they wanted to say thank you because
that's awesome.
But just talking to them, a husband and wife team, so passionate about it. It was cool. Amazing, and hearing all the trials and tribulations that goes into making a watch. I don't think people realize, and I'm starting to because I'm working on a project I can't talk about, but on a related another microbrand, but like we're like a year, almost two years into this project, and it's we're still doing prototypes, we're still testing, we're still sending it back, tweaking, changing the bezel here, doing this, that, and it's a laborious,
very hard,
expensive.
Oh my god! I mean, I've reviewed a watch with a guy that I've got quite close with via texting, and it's a Radcliffe. It's a chronograph. It's got a Seiko ST19 movement, and it's a beautiful looking watch. But the amount of things, because I've had a nice insight as to what makes a watch and what I have to do, and the conception of the design to the to the bits, the 3D design of it, to this isn't right, coming back from wherever it is it's being made, and then going off to tweak again, and then coming back, and it's just unbelievable. And really the value that they sell these watches are just the guys, I know the guys that sell these watches, they don't make a lot of profit on it. They just want to
No.
move to the next stage, move to another watch that maybe make a little bit of profit that they can make
Yeah.
maybe a better one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's incredible, absolutely incredible stuff.
Yeah.
And anyone that's making a watch from scratch on your own design, you have got to go. Congratulations, because these guys, most of them have their own jobs and everything else, you know.
Absolutely. I think, I mean, with Laurier, they got so much right, even with the first gen. You know, like I think of the Neptune, I think they got so much right. It was. I hardly wear watches on bracelets. I mean, I know this is on a bracelet.
That bracelet, that articulated bracelet, was a seller. Yeah, that was the nail in the coffin for me.
God, I want to go and put it on now.
And I know because the Neptune it was an NH35. You know that's quite a thick case.
Yeah.
And now they've got it in I think they got it in a Myota 9000. Which is, I think it's Myota. Is it Myota? It might be something else.
I can't remember.
But it's but it's thin. It's your Neptune, but it's like it's like a fifth of the size taken off.
I have to see this. I do really like the look of their new GMT. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My God. It's they just absolutely nail it. It's what I love is that it captures that. Well, I said with mine, it captures that Dr. No kind of early Seamaster feel, but without being, you know,
a clomage.
That's your word, isn't it?
Listen, I'm not going to take that word, so I've got that from someone else. But it's a watch that you can see. It's homage. It's got inspiration of here. It's got Seamaster. It's got Rolex, but it's not trying to be any of those. It's trying to be a Laurier, you know, and
exactly.
And how hard that is to do that is just Jesus.
Absolutely.
I mean, and it's a simple looking watch, but it's a design that is Laurier. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, TGV, I don't know. I mean, you've talked about homage watches on your shows, and I just don't understand how they can make watches that are complete clones of copies of watches, such as the Seiko. Let's talk about the Seiko Willard, because I've got a steel dive watch that I've had in for review, and it is bloody good. It was very good. It's even got a Seiko NH35 inside it, you know, so it's a Seiko inside it trying to be a Seiko on the outside, but you know, it's got a sapphire crystal. It's got ceramic bezel. But it's not the Seiko Willard. It's not the Seiko. How do they get away with it? And how do they sell it for only £80? Talk to me, TGV. Come on.
Oh my God, that's a great question.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, I'm presuming that they have it manufactured at somewhere that is just obviously more efficient and affordable for them. In terms of materials, sapphire with a Seiko movement. For $80,
and a ceramic bezel.
Quid, right? We're talking quid, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're talking AliExpress special. Well, through AliExpress, and you know,
I mean,
that sort of thing.
I'm not going to talk about a watch I haven't seen, so it really is unfair of me to judge. But I wouldn't. You know, that's the kind of watch that I'd buy just to see what's going on, but I wouldn't hold my breath. You know.
No.
Something is there. It has to be a shortcut somewhere.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
If it's in the way it's produced, it's either going to be quality control or
definitely. The case is brushed, but it's uneven. It's uneven brushing. You can see it hasn't been taken a lot of detail. But if that's the only thing, it's like the Willard is £900 to £1,000. This one is like 80 quid. It's just, but it's not the Willard. But it's just crazy, isn't it? I mean, I don't know.
What do you think of Seiko's rising prices?
Sure. Well, listen, I don't know. I know that we're not going to fall out here. I know that you quite like the 5KX. What I'm disappointed with is why they didn't bring out an SKX on the Paddy range. And if they brought an SKX out in the Paddy range and then did the 5KX, no one would be going, no one would be worried, no one would be upset that you've stripped our SKX from our diver certified, you know, where's the screw down crown, you know, you've changed the movement, well done. And but that's what they've been asking for so long. That's the only thing.
We'll think about it like, imagine your Seiko, right? So
Yeah.
you put out the 5KX, everyone either loves it or loathes it, right?
Yeah.
And now it's certified that, or it's official that the SKX is discontinued.
Yeah.
What happens to because there's still tons of them about, right?
Oh Christ, yeah.
The price goes up.
Yeah.
So then and then I bet you they'll come out with a limited edition new SKX, right?
Yeah.
So people will rush on that. Then they'll bring out the SKX 2 or the equivalent of, and it will be a higher spec, but it's definitely not going to be. It's going to be like $400-$500.
Yeah,
and that will come out after. So it's just business.
Yeah, it's an obvious, isn't it? Yeah, it's obvious, isn't it? If you think about it, you're absolutely right. And on the case back will be TGV's face. Because you probably sold a lot of stock, you know.
No, definitely not. It's still a capable watch. I mean, but it is outdated.
Yeah.
I mean, I have one somewhere I bought purely to do a strap video with, and then immediately after it was discontinued. So I actually got one. I don't really consider it part of my collection because I have my modded one somewhere. But that's just the nature. It's the cyclical nature. If you look at Seiko's history, especially of the way they upgrade movements, and it's always this kind of jump, and then so it's it's like you said, it's business, and I completely understand. I mean, I have a 033, a Saab 033, and I know, and we've had an SKX, and I bought that for £130 brand new, you know, when it was that sort of money. Yeah, and the Saab, it was £250 watch, I think, when it was brand new, and you can see back then this is what you could get for your money. Now, you know, you get less for your money with Seiko, but you know, like you said, it's business, and maybe they were too cheap to start with. This is the thing. Well, I think Mark talked about this in the last Pet Peeves video just before Christmas, and there's a lot. I mean, if you have a spare hour, I highly recommend watching that video, because he does explain a lot of like the reasons why Seiko were cheaper in the first place, because the grey market was just flooding the market with and not selling them at the retail price. If you actually see the retail price, that's actually what they go for now. Yeah, because they're starting to sell out. So
of course.
It's interesting. But I mean, what I'm thinking now is who's the new affordable. You know, is Orient gonna take over that market?
Yes.
You know, Mark is killing it with his Islander watches.
Oh, crikey.
You know, somebody's
ridiculous teeth. No, I'm just saying it's ridiculous. He's got land, air, sea. Yeah, he's got a whole fleet. It's ridiculous, his watches.
And I have it here. Oh no, wait. Oh yeah, here it is.
Oh, it's in the Wolf Winder.
Yeah, the battery's run out. I've got to
yeah, look at that.
He's lent me this, and
that's beauty.
I'm considering reviewing it. We'll see what happens, but
I mean, just basically making a watch that all of us Seiko SKX fans wanted. Yeah, that's what he did. You know, it's just awesome.
Well, absolutely.
I've got an Orient Ray 2. I had it actually. It went on a competition, but I love that watch. That's a special watch, you know. I mean, it's the grinding of the gears is a little bit, you know, grindy. But Orient. I think you're right about the Orient. I think they could be the next affordable. They always were waiting in the wings, weren't they?
Yeah. Someone mentioned.
What are you looking at?
Kamasu.
The Kamasu. Yeah.
Did I review that? I can't remember. I honestly can't. My memories. That's why I have, like you, I have to write everything. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm like, 2 o'clock, Russell.
Well, I'm very grateful for the pad. I'm very grateful for that pad. Yeah. So it's you know, I love Seiko. I still love Seiko. I know some people that have bought the Willard and have QC's issues with the Willard. You know, it's like £900 watch.
I know. That is a shame, but it happens. It happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah. But you got the Willard there. You know, I love that watch. I really love. What I love TGV is Seiko. How they they can make such a big watch not look big on a wrist like ours. It's incredible. You know, they're short lug to lug, especially on that cushion case. It's fantastic. I've got a mini turtle, and I absolutely love that watch.
Oh yeah. That one was nice. That was very difficult to let go because I bought it purely to review, and then I sold it, obviously, and it's sometimes you get attached to it, and it's like, but I have to sell it. Like it can't. This is ridiculous. Like I can't keep them all, you know. But I have to ask before I forget, because you perform in a band, or
I used to in a different life, matey. I did, yes. It was nice to have. That was another thing that attracted me to your channel and you, is that you were working in the music industry. Yeah, you know, and I at the time were possibly coming out of it, but yes, I was in a band called the Rebs. We played at the V Festival, and we had an album that came out and everything. And that was 2010, and we got told to give up our jobs. 2009, sorry. And after that, nothing really happened. They couldn't sell us. They couldn't sell us as a band on. So it's just the way it is. I think we were doing electronic indie at a time when electronic indie were on the way down. It was Florence and the Machine that were coming up, that sort of noise, and we were going on a down. We were always quite close to the top, but never to the top. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm still writing music, and I write music for young artists now, and that can really push it with management and everything.
You did the score to your intro. That's you, right?
Yes. So that's a song of mine called Trampoline. That trampoline. Yeah, that's nice. That's a song that was written about my wife giving birth to the daughter. Right. It was one of those moments, but it's just. Right.
Because it sounds beautifully put together. Like I can tell, thank you, man. It's extremely professional. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Well, I wrote it, and I've got some amazing guys that produce it, and they're actually in the band. When I used to play live, they used to be the band that played with me. Right. I'm now Martha's Man, my solo. That's my solo name. And I've got a few songs on YouTube. And Spotify. I've got a new song out next week, TGV.
Oh, okay.
Called Recover. And it's funny how many songs that I write that has time in it. Time in as the, give me time to recover. Yeah, it's amazing. I look back at all my songs that I've written. How many times I've got time as quite a big aspect of it.
What platform do you have your music on?
Spotify. Are you on Spotify?
No, I'm not. I'm painfully living in another century, unfortunately. But
you're on iTunes still, are you?
Yeah.
You got MP3s. Come on, you got MP3 player.
MP3 player right here.
I love that MP3 player.
I'm still buying CDs. I have this innate fear of the internet going off, and I can't listen to music.
Yes, I know how you feel.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say with Spotify, you can download the song, so it's on your phone.
Yeah.
So you can play it even if you have no internet. Okay.
Right.
So that's not a bad. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, I do keep fit exercise classes with my some tennis ladies. And we have a big boom box at the back, and we're bashing the music out, and they're running around smacking a ball. But I need to have that because most tennis courts don't have good service. So I download the songs first and stick them on. But you get if you go on Spotify, you get so many of your classical opera stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I need to get into opera. I do need to get into some
opera.
opera.
Is amazing. Yeah.
I do, mate. I was that close when you said they were doing it live or they were streaming an opera. I think you said it. I don't know if it was the second lockdown.
Yeah,
or
it was during lockdown because they were doing it a lot for free and you could just watch it and it can be a bit long-winded. The thing is that going to see them, like especially the German ones, you don't. I have to admit, I don't particularly want to sit there for 4 hours, especially you're all suited and booted.
Yeah,
you know. But some of the Italian ones that are shorter and more romantic are great. You know, they're just perfect.
Yeah,
you know?
That's cool.
But seeing it now for free online and kind of supporting because these people can't work.
Oh,
it's like it's terrible.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But it is beautiful. I kind of got more into it through that whole hospital thing.
Very calming.
Yeah. Exactly. So actually, one of the surgeons I had before they put me under, they would always ask me what music I'd like. So I just opera, Italian, something calming. Just put it on, So and then anyway.
Wow. And they were able to find it. That was quite good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, we only got S Club 7, but that's fine.
7.
Nice. Listen, I know I'm fully aware of the time. I want to talk a little bit about your next watch purchase, TGV, and then we can say our goodbyes. Now, obviously, most of the people on the chat, sorry if I haven't replied to you guys on the chat, but I wanted to give the attention to TGV, and I know there's a lot of you here, but I appreciate all of you replying and watching. It's awesome to me, especially on a little channel like mine, and to have such a big gent like this guy wanting to come on this thing just shows you what a top guy is. But everyone will probably have seen your what am I going to buy next year and what am I looking at and what are my next watch purchases, but have they changed in the last 2 weeks or 1 week?
I've already crossed off 2 of them.
You are joking. Hand heart one of them?
Not yet, because I still need to experience the rest of them. But I have bought another Rolex and I have bought another Casio. So, that's all I'm going to say. So
very nice. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's all I'm going to say.
A quick Casio corner. Well, listen, my wife, she was a naughty girl. My Grail watch was a Tudor Black Bay 58, which I wanted. 39 millimeter. And it would have to be a Speedmaster. That would be my Grail, whether it's this year in this.
Speedmaster at some point.
I don't know what reference. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm looking at. Midterm to short term, when I want the Seiko SPB 143, the 62 mass reissue type watches.
Right?
With a grey, it's got a grey, beautiful grey dial.
That's
absolutely
gorgeous.
Special. It's a beautiful watch, TGV. Absolutely special. And I love my vintage. I just love vintage looking. I love vintage looking new watches that I don't have to be scared of wearing or buying.
I totally get that.
I've got to do. I forgot Casio corner, TGV.
Go on.
Listen. Listen. If you imagine an F91W has just drunken a bottle of Lucasade.
Lucasade. I haven't had Lucasade for about.
I know. I thought I'd give you these references. Being a.
Very nice.
This is, my friend, the W800 H-1AVES. As you can see, we've got the blue frame, just like the F91. That's what I was attracted to as well.
That is obviously so legible. I can read it.
I know, mate. I know. Can you still? Read it?
Now it's getting blurry, but
listen, I'm getting older. My eyes are fading, and I need to. I love how it's sectioned out. You got proper sections.
Very clear.
I do love,
and displays are so much better.
I know, and I love how any function you go to, you've still got the time at the bottom.
Right. That
I
is
absolutely love that.
What is the size of that?
It's 37. It's a 37,
So
but it's got like this.
quite big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big, yes, big
For
in
Casio.
relation to, or you're obviously not for your DW290, but yeah, this is like a sportier version of the F91, and I'll be doing a little review on it.
Nice.
Might be the mascot of the show because not a lot of people do talk about it, but no, it's I love that. That
I'm
watch.
glad you're highlighting that because that looks terrific. Yeah,
it's cool. What about you, my friend? Do you have a Casio on you?
Yeah, I haven't worn this watch because the bracelet is a little bit uncomfortable. So what I did, I took this strap off the what's it the other
CA53. Yeah.
Blah blah whatever the
Yeah.
Now this thing, because of the shape,
that is quality.
It's
look how it pulls down
around the wrist.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
You've been wearing this now because you had it. Yeah,
I have.
You had it, and you said you weren't going to wear it.
Yeah, I bought it merely because I just love the look of it.
Yeah, I think it's quality.
But oh damn, I should have brought it, but it's over there. But the metal strap, it kind of like it stays like that, because it's it's beautiful to look at, and it continues the line of the case. But it's not for the smaller wrist; it's just not comfortable. But this, and I have to say, it's very useful because you got world time. It's just great. So.
And I love to see you a calculation on that. I struggle with my CA53. What's the buttons like? Can you actually feel something going in, or is it?
Let me go to.
Or does it feel more like a dashboard of Star Trek DS9?
That's what it's like. Yes, yeah. It's exactly like it's slightly kind of Giugiaro-ish as well.
Yeah. It's definitely quirky, isn't it?
It looks like a DeLorean.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's got the color.
It's kind of. Hold on.
Yeah. Just like a DeLorean.
Oh, nice.
Listen. I got DeLoreans everywhere. This before we go, TGV. This is called Gigawatt, and it's a transformer that is also a DeLorean, my friend. And I have transformed him twice, and I don't think I'll do it again because it takes the best part of a day to transform it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But it's awesome, and you've got the flux capacitor in there. There's his head.
Oh my god, that's genius.
I know.
I know
you're going to be.
I mean,
I know
who owns. Wait, is it the same company who owns?
No. So what it was is Back to the Future are celebrating 35 years,
right? And
it's just collaborations. So Transformers are doing a collaboration. They've got other collaborations with it, but it's so cool.
Really cool. That is.
And you've got you can do the. And it's a detachable Mr. Fusion that goes on there as well.
Perfect.
I was so jealous of your DeLorean Christmas tree decoration. I will be getting that for next year.
No.
Right now, listen. I think that's it. TGV. Yeah. I think we do. I'm not going to take any more of your time, my friend. I would just like to say on behalf of, the watch family, the watch community, thank you very much for what you're doing, man. I love what you're doing still. It's been an absolute pleasure. I still can't believe you've said yes to come on a mad chat. And I hope it hasn't been brutal, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself.
I really have. It's an absolute pleasure, man. It really is. It's you got to keep up the good work too.
Oh, thank you very much, mate. Thank you. This means a lot coming from you. Thank you. So I mean, that's it. Before I'll say goodbye to the rest of the guys, stay in the back room for me, TGV, and we'll talk in a minute. You've got to sign off, mate, by saying. Your normal. Here we go. See you later.
Ciao.
There you go. The big man. It was. I can't believe he came onto a mad chat. I'm absolutely loved it that he came on. It's brilliant, and he just wants to have a laugh. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, the watches doesn't have to be stuffy. You know, we can all be quite serious at times, but there you go. You know, for everyone that's in the show, Chumley Biscuit, my Casio for a sub, Nathan Fletcher, Glyn Reynolds, The Town Watch, Josh, Ryan Newby, you know, SoCal Watch Reviews, NDC Straps, JK Watches, you know, all you guys, Michael Wild, thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to do this. That hour has just flown by. And I'll see you on the next show, yeah? From me, the Mad Watch Collector. I'll see you in a tick.